Stony Island Audio.
All right, enough of the silly stuff. Dr. James Peterson is here today. Enough with the nonsense.
I don't know how you got me here, brother. I don't know how this happened. How did this happen?
Magic.
It's magic. Okay.
Are you a believer?
I'm a believer now.
Are you a believer?
I'm a believer now. Now that
Good.
I'm sitting here, I'm a believer. I've
Good.
seen it. I've seen the podcast, so I've seen it through screens.
Right.
Now that I'm sitting here in the studio, I'm a believer.
But I mean, are you a believer in the one above?
Of course, bro.
Okay, good.
Of course.
Because
Of course.
That's who pulls the strings. He's the producer sitting up high. He pulls the strings. He makes these moments happen, not man. It's not by my design, but his plan.
I didn't think you were gonna start preaching so early, bro.
Amen.
Amen.
Look, I started
God
preaching.
is good.
Look,
God
I've
is
been
good,
preaching
for
since
real.
3:40 a.m. Anyway, let's get back to business. I don't want to waste having a distinguished guest like this with my
man.
shenanigans that are typically
man.
here on the Raw Report.
Come on.
And I know you love them. I know you love the shenanigans. Mom's over there smiling ear to ear. He's cracking up, but he's very calm. See, my audio visual producer, he's very gangster. He's one of those
Low key.
high key. He's he's very gangster. And see, like, we'll talk about him a lot because he's one of those tough Jews. You know,
Okay.
those
Yeah,
Meyer
yeah,
Lansky.
yeah.
You know, the murdering mobsters.
Yeah, one of the dudes
He's one of them.
who can hang with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's one of them tough Jews.
Yeah.
But he looks Puerto Rican. He looks Puerto Rican. Look at him. You know he does. If he came and
man.
told somebody he was Jewish, would they believe him?
They might.
Now, if
They
he
might.
said he was
They
Puerto
might.
Rican, what would you think?
That could go too. Yeah, I mean that's
Does
that's
he look more Puerto Rican or Jewish?
you asking the wrong person now,
Really?
bro. Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
he could pass as a Latin gangster. That's right. He can play in both worlds, baby. Anyway, enough of the shenanigans. We got good news. Philadelphia businesses, good news that the mask mandate is still in place, but
The vaccine mandate now is gone. That's big news for Philadelphia. I mean, it's interesting because, if you were paying attention, the city of Philadelphia has been lagging a little bit in terms of the economic recovery from not a little bit, lagging behind like the national average in terms of recovery from the pandemic. And part of that's because it's a really big restaurant city. And people in Philly know, like, the restaurants in Philadelphia have been like troopers, man. They like made the adjustment, put all the outdoor seating out, did everything. They do everything that's been asked of them, basically. Right. But I feel like this last round of the, making everybody show their vaccination cards to come in, I feel like that really hurt the industry like late in the game. We've been in this for 2 years now, so that really hurt, right? And some people have their fake vaccine, some people have the vaccine, but not everybody is even with it, right? So I think it's really good news for Philadelphia businesses, especially the restaurant and kind of club business. And you can feel it a little bit too if you've been out in the city a little bit, driving around the city. It's a little bit more traffic, a little bit. It's also warmer today too, but like it's just like people a little bit more out, and I feel like that industry is excited about that news. Now, from a public health perspective, I just want to make sure that we can manage this thing going forward. COVID's going to be with us.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here to stay.
It's just going to be with us. So I just hope that we can manage it given, the relaxation of the mandates and stuff. So so we're going out to eat. We're going to eat. Is it May or My? One of these restaurants. For my daughter's birthday today.
Is that tonight?
That's tonight.
All right. That
My
sounds
daughter
sexy.
turned 21 today. Yes, it's like Asian fare.
Not your daughter turning 21. That doesn't sound sexy to me.
No, not
But the
not to dad.
restaurant.
No, not to dad.
Let me be clear.
Right, clear.
The restaurant.
Clarify.
It's a sexy name.
we
Mama.
got a nice
I like that.
little restaurant thing. And it's funny because now we don't have to show our vaccination cards to go in there to eat tonight.
Right. That's dope. Because like me, I'm not vaccinated, and but I do test.
You test, yeah.
I test a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I live with a 93-year-old teenager, so I got to always be like up the nose. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
did you get your free test from the government?
I did.
Good for you.
did.
Good for you. You
I
put
did.
that
I
order
got
in.
two boxes.
Yeah, me too,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
I was happy when they came
Yeah, I
in,
got
too.
2 boxes.
Yeah.
So that was smashing. You know what I'm
that
saying?
felt like government cheese from back in the day.
Right. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And, but what it does is what you're saying with COVID being here to stay, it kind of like lets me know that time travel is real. And somebody has access to time travel. And I think Hollywood and the U.S. government have access to time travel. Because in the
What are
future.
you talking about?
What do you mean?
In the future, go ahead.
In the future.
Let me let you finish.
When you get to the future, everybody's wearing the same thing. And they got the head thing. It's like this latex outfit that's shiny, but it's got like a head, the mask thing, and then you get in the room, and then they take it off. And now we know why.
Mask wearing is here to stay.
Mask wearing is here to stay.
That is true.
Like, now we know somebody's been to the future, and they've come back with information.
Well, that future has been with us for a long time. If we pay attention to other countries, like it's funny because
China's been on the mask.
Japan's Korea,
been on the mask.
And it's funny because we used to look at them like they're crazy, like, oh, what they got these surgical masks on?
MJ been on the mask too. He been rocking the mask.
People was looking at him like it was crazy, but the reality is those masks prevent all types of germs, all types. Now, Dice, you said you're not vaccinated. I'm sure you've already covered this on the Raw Report, but how you feel now about was there health reasons why you ain't do it, or philosophical reasons why you didn't do it? How do you feel now? We 2 years into it. You've seen everything. Well,
you know I'm a Muslim now. No more dope games. So that was one. I'm not Muslim.
But it's also plenty of Muslims who got vaccinated. So
right.
So for you, I'm asking for you. What?
Me personally, I don't.
You don't trust it.
I don't trust it. It's like, and it's not that I don't trust the vaccine. I don't trust the vaccine with me.
Right.
Because I just don't know. I don't know what the fuck I got going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You go to the doctor.
What you putting them sweet sticks again now?
Well, listen, you go to the doctors, you take the blood, they say, hey, everything checks out. Nothing wrong.
Right.
But nothing's wrong right now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to take that thing and then something automatically trigger on. Now, here's the thing. 2 of the most healthiest motherfuckers I know.
Yeah.
I mean, guys that could run through brick walls.
Yeah.
Got the vaccine, got the shot, got the reboot, got the everything.
Yeah.
And then they both had 2 things just kind of pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's correlated. And they aren't
I've been
either.
hearing these stories. And look,
and these guys are not saying it's part of that too, because my one guy, he's fit as a fiddle.
Right. But after the vaccine, something autoimmune or something like that pops up.
He had a heart thing, and he had to go in for emergency heart surgery where they had to put a stent in his heart.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, if they got to put a stent in you, they definitely got to put one in me somewhere. And I'm like, right now I'm on a diet.
Right.
I've changed my whole eating lifestyle, all that stuff. Because I was a vegetarian for years, but then I went back. Well, okay, for instance, I never ate a real steak before.
Wow.
As a child. And it's just, my mom didn't buy steaks. My mom was very frugal. And look, we didn't have a lot of money, but we was basically rich. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she didn't buy frivolous shit. My mom didn't buy steak. She didn't buy that.
Right.
We would eat
no steak and lobster stuff.
No. Ilio's pizza, spaghetti. My mom would make stuff like shrimp Spanish Town. That was her dish. You know what I'm saying? That's or Thanksgiving is when she really got in the kitchen and got busy. But for the most part,
Rest in peace, Mom. Rest
in peace, my mom. For the most part, though, I didn't. I never really ate a ribeye or New York strip until after I had been a vegetarian for 20 years, and then I got hooked on that shit. I was like, "Yo, what the fuck have I been doing? I've been missing out on duck and steak. And,
duck is actually quite good if it's prepared properly.
God.
But
not switch back.
So we can move off this. I just want, because I feel like sometimes what gets lost is that people don't understand how we came up, how we see the government, how we see healthcare, and how all those things kind of factor into the very personal decision to get a vaccine or not get a vaccine. I know a lot of people of color who are just not going to do it, and they talk about some of the things you're talking about, but it's not the same as the anti-vaxxers, the conspiracy theorists, crazy stuff. It's based on
just
how you came
experience.
up, actual experience.
Yeah, actual experience. When you go to the hospital, if you're African American, you get different treatment. It's just a fact.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was a EMT worker who has a podcast who was on trial because they were going to take away his medical practitioner's EMT thing.
Because he didn't want to get the vaccine?
No, because on his podcast, after he gets off work, he does a comedic podcast.
Yeah.
Where he said that he gives black children bigger needles than white
Wow.
children.
Wow.
And he said, they said, why did you say that? He said, well, I thought it was funny, Your Honor. And the judge was like, but we don't think it's funny. He said, well, Your Honor, you're not part of my demographic. He started coming back at the judge. I'm like, yo, the white privilege on this guy, the audacity.
Yeah.
But but think about that.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Right.
But is it? Because there are different size needles.
Of course there are.
There are different size
and again, there's a lot of data. on disparate
Yes,
impact
yes.
across racial lines in the healthcare system,
Yeah.
and it shows up in different ways for people. And so I feel like we've never really had a good enough conversation about it. Now, look, I'm vaccinated, not boosted, but I'm vaccinated. My kids are vaccinated. I mean, we had to make some tough decisions about what we wanted to do, but having gone through that, I really do feel like, sadly, it is a little bit of a personal decision depending upon how you came up.
Yeah, I mean, see, here's the thing. All the smartest people I know, and here's where I'm on the fence about it, because, like, damn, like, I'll be just about to get it, because
Yeah.
everybody I know that's super intelligent has gotten the vaccine.
Yeah, the science is good, bro. The
And
science
all
is
the
good.
dummies, like, all the dumbest people I don't know, like, nah, I ain't getting it. Like, I tried to get a motherfucker to take a test the other day. I was like, yo, if you want to come to my crib, I was like, you can come over, but
At least
have to-
you're doing the test. So this is an important health note. Testing regularly and wearing a mask where you're supposed to wear a mask if you're not vaccinated is key.
That, because to me the test is where the rubber hits the road. So I was like, yo, you gotta come over, you gotta use the test. He's like, nah, G, I ain't doing that. I said,
It's a test.
I said, it's the test, not the vaccine. He's like, yo, it's something in that. I said, the test?
It's a cotton
I said,
swab.
it's a cotton Q-tip. He said, you trust white Q-tips, nigga? I was like, do I trust white Q-tips?
Wait, all Q-tips are white, bro. All Q-tips are white.
I don't know how to answer that question, cuz. Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, that was just something that he really said to me. He's like, you really trust white Q-tips?
Yeah, I mean, again, there's we talk about insanity,
He only
extremists.
trusts Q-tip from Tribe Called Quest. That's the only Q-tip he trusts.
But I'm bummed, right? So I mean, look, listen. Just to be clear, I am not a health professional. The doctorate that I have is a PhD in English, so I'm not a health professional. I'm just sharing my experiences and curious that we haven't had a more complicated conversation about why some people choose not to do it, about where we are now in the process, 2 years into it. You know what I mean? Now that you know what it is, you know that we have to live with it, like, what does it mean now and what are people thinking about now? You know, I did a whole long column series for the Philadelphia Citizen called The Color Coronavirus. So I've written a lot about this, studied a lot about it, did a lot of different stories in the city of Philadelphia as we were kind of going through it. And so I have a very a very sensitive, perspective on the whole
here's
thing.
the twist, though. So I got a buddy who's just avid, just not wearing his mask, not got vaccinated, not got tested, getting on airplanes, flying around, and he's immunocompromised. Like he had about 20 surgeries. So he's telling me that coronavirus is fake in his mind. Like he's one of those guys. Now I'm not the kind of guy that's saying it's fake, but there are actually people who said that. And this guy, he's actually not a dummy. He's like a genius, because this is my friend.
Yeah.
But something's wrong with him, definitely. There's a disconnect with him.
Yeah.
But he's genius level intelligence, but he's just the kind of guy you just can't, he's going to do him no matter what.
Yeah. I mean, let me, I'm not trying to excuse or exonerate this brother either. Let me just give you a sense of how some people who are already sensitized to conspiracy thinking are responding to this moment. Like, remember, in the beginning of this pandemic, a couple of things were happening that people were not fully aware of. Number one, they were telling us, don't wear masks.
Right.
Wearing masks is not going to help. Right. Now the sad part is I'm gonna touch me up. The sad part about this is that the reason why they did that strategically because they wanted to preserve masks because they couldn't produce enough for healthcare workers.
Oh,
right?
shit.
So that is a little bit of a conspiracy, bruh, right? Now listen.
That's kind of fucked up.
If you remember also in the early days, some of us who were paying attention, we kind of knew that it was having like a disparate impact on black folks. We knew that it would. But, bruh, that data did not come out until months into the process. Like months into the process, Michigan releases, some state of Michigan releases their racial data on deaths. And then you realize, like, yo, like this is like a disparately black disease when it comes to mortality rates. And so somebody who's looking at this is like, yo, if they're already prone to conspiracy theory thinking, there's enough there. Because remember, conspiracy theorists just need a little bit to go a long way.
Right.
So there's enough there in the beginning for people like to be like, yo, this is, and there is a little bit of fake news around masking and stuff like that. News. There's a little, you know what I mean? So there's I'm not exonerating the brother, letting him off the hook. I understand where some of that comes from.
So look, he even did some intel. Cause like I'll tell you, this brother's a genius, but he's on some gangster shit. This is my bro though. He did intel, right? He's like, Dice, I'm just let you know. I went around to the few hospitals in the area, and they telling me that there's no one in there with coronavirus. I was like, what? Like, he lives in Atlanta, like the Atlantic section. And I was like, are you serious? He's like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, man, this shit ain't real, man. And I'm like, it's not real.
First of all, no, we got wait.
He's saying he did intel.
Time out.
He's saying he did
That's
intel.
not intel because number one, no hospital official is going to divulge to some dude coming off the street who's in the hospital or what they have. Like, you can't get that information as somebody's coming off the street. And number two, you said he's in Atlanta. You said he's in Atlanta, right?
He's got an Atlanta intel.
Right. ATL.
Hood intel.
ATL has a lot of challenges. ATL's had a lot of challenges periodically throughout the pandemic
right,
around
that's what he's saying. He's like, yo, we never shut down. He's like, I'm going to the club right now. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. He's on his way to the club.
Now, it is also
and he's
true.
Immunocompromised.
It is also true that in the South and across the South, because of the governors, not the mayors, not the mayors of the black cities, but the white Republican governors.
Yeah.
It was you couldn't have mask mandates, you couldn't have vaccine mandates, right? So that is true. And if you talk to folks who lived in the South through the pandemic, they had a different experience with the pandemic than we did. But listen. Some of these numbers don't lie. The mortality rates don't lie. The racial disparities in the contraction of the disease and in mortality rates do not lie. The
Black
access
people get treated differently.
Right.
Matt, I mean, just point blank, if you got coronavirus or you got leukemia, if you're black,
right,
it's a wrap.
You
know what I'm saying? It's a wrap. You know what I mean?
It is. But I'm very happy that Philadelphia is making this adjustment today.
Me too.
I just want the city and the community to really start to think together about how do we live with COVID going forward. So we're not getting rid of COVID, bro.
Right.
It's going to be here. There's going to be new variants. What are we going to do? We're going to vaccinate. We're going to test more. Combination. Are we going to respect the people who don't get vaccinated? Respect the people who want to wear masks? Here's the thing. I want people to respect.
Is where the rubber hits the road.
I think all of that. I think we need all of that.
Test before you leave the house.
I think
if
we should
it's
still
negative, you stay home.
We should still be encouraging masking and vaccination. Still encouraging testing. Still giving out free tests. But here's the thing. If I come into a space, if I want to go see the Sixers with James Harden the next week, if I come, or after All-Star break, if I wear a mask, are y'all gonna be mad? Are you gonna say I'm trying to perform something because I want to wear a mask? No, I'm gonna be wearing masks at different things at different events from here on out.
Yeah, I'm a mask. I'm a lifer.
I'm a mask lifer.
I'm a lifer
really
when it comes to the mask. It's like it's a wrap. You know what I mean? It's a wrap.
Because quiet as it's kept. And I don't get sick that much anyway. But honestly, I could tell that wearing a mask kept me from getting colds.
Yeah, I didn't get shit. I didn't get shit, and I had COVID.
Nothing.
But I didn't have no symptoms. Well, a little bit.
But nothing. You know what I mean? Like you could tell.
I had COVID 17.5. Because it was here early. It was here early. You know what I mean?
He is not a medical professional. Okay.
No,
so
but
the things that he's saying is opinion, people. It's opinion.
But what I am is an expert, right? Now, what I'm going to tell you people out there, COVID was here earlier, all right? I'm a people expert. Wait. I know people.
He's an artist who is an expert at lyrics and at words and at culture and maybe at people, but he is not a medical professional.
I'm not a medical professional, but if I did want to say something, Doc.
Oh, good Lord.
My initials are DR.
Oh, here we go.
They are DR. So
here we go.
People, you can take that however you want to take that. Dice roll. You can just call me doctor for short if you want. But it's your choice. You know what I'm saying? But instead of trying to save my patients, I try to kill them. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of doctor I am. I bring another rapper in, and I try to kill him. Now,
moving right along to the next topic. Come on, this is the Raw Report. What else?
It's the Raw Report.
What else you got?
I mean, I think we should stay at the mask mandate. Just one thing.
Okay, one other
Coachella.
Thing, Oh, yeah.
Coachella's going to be popping. I'm good. Coachella's going to be popping this year. No mask at Coachella, no vaccination cards. Just party. Molly's, Percocets, scissorups, all that stuff, man. You're going to love it. I love sipping scissorups. That's fucking awesome. You know what I'm saying? That's why I keep this plastic cup around.
I think it's good to see the Roots picnic coming back, see Coachella coming back.
Yeah, I think the Roots picnic, though, there's still going to be mask mandated. You know
well, we'll see when we get there. I mean, it's outdoors. It's the Mann Center. I don't know. We'll see where we are when we get there.
I just know the Roots are germaphobes. That's all. I can't imagine Tariq telling people to take their mask off and having him around. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
He's gonna be like, keep those freaking masks on.
He probably will be, but the city might
just
say
joking.
it's okay to be at the demand center without a mask. Coachella, I mean, again, it's open spaces out. You can wear a mask if you want to. They're just not mandating it, which signals a couple things. One, people are coming to terms with the fact that COVID's going to be here. You have to use the tools that we have.
I'm sorry, we got to take a break because Lynn may be here.
Okay, cool. We waiting on Len to get here. Before the break, I was saying it's a good sign. It's a good signal that Philadelphia has lifted their vaccine mandate.
And
that the
Coachella.
Roots Picnic is back after 2 years.
Roots Picnic is back.
Coachella is wide open with everything. I mean,
Right.
we still need to be safe. People need to wear their masks. People should get vaccines if that's your personal choice. Like,
It is.
People should test before and after these
That's
kinds of
my
events.
thing, the testing. I'm big on
testing.
testing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
people
big
should
on
do all that. But it's a good sign that we're coming to terms with the fact that we have to now live with COVID in the world we live in.
Yeah, it's here to stay.
It's
And,
here.
but so are we. People of Earth, we're here to stay. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've been everything's trying to take man out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
The dinosaurs, they're gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The giants,
Yeah.
they're gone.
Yeah.
But man has remained through the test of time.
Dice, I want to talk to you about another. I know it's not all about Philly, but another
No.
big piece of Philly news this week.
Okay.
James Harden for Ben Simmons. James Harden was introduced to the Sixers this week.
Okay. James Harden, he's a basketball player.
He's a basketball
Okay,
player.
all right.
He's a very, very good basketball
I know
player.
Ben Simmons is a basketball player.
Ben
because
Simmons is a
everybody
basketball
hates
player.
him. Everybody hates Ben Simmons. You know why they hate him?
So Dice, I need you to speak on this a little bit. I don't hate Ben Simmons.
You don't hate Ben Simmons?
I
Okay,
don't.
good.
I don't.
I don't know the man.
I don't know him either. I was frustrated with the situation prior to the trade. I'm very happy with the trade. I hope the Sixers do well. I love the Sixers. You know, let's go. Let's. You know, if you should talk. I got a nice hookup on tickets, so we should talk about that.
All right.
But
I know
was
Elton Brand too. Does he work with the Sixers still?
of course.
Yo, shout out,
Yeah,
Big
shout
Elton.
out to EB,
Elton,
Duke University,
6'7".
Duke University.
Yeah,
Shout out
he's a
to
smart
EB.
guy.
He's a very smart, guy. And hello, I know there was a lot that went into it, but can we give a shout out to Elton Brand for resolving the Ben Simmons drama and the Ben Simmons
did he
era in
do
a
that?
way? He's the
That was
GM.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we got Harden.
hey, you got Harden.
Brooklyn got Ben Simmons. We remember Ben
Did he
Simmons was
play
not
last
playing
night?
for us. He did not. He was there. He rang the bell, but he didn't play.
Oh, okay. Because the Sixers
Didn't
got
play.
blown the fuck out. The Sixers got
Boston
their backs
destroyed
blown
it.
out.
Boston destroyed
I
us
did see that.
by 48 points last night.
I saw-
I had to watch that. I watched that just to see, like, because I thought it was going to make history, but it wasn't. We've lost by 50 points or 54 points before, but 48 points, terrible. But listen, pre-All-Star. And then look, the Sixers are better now for the trade.
They are?
So kudos, yeah.
What about Steph Curry's little brother?
So it's a.
What was his name? Seth Curry.
So it is a hurt piece for me to see Seth Curry go. I wish that there was a way to keep him in the deal, but there wasn't. They gave up a couple picks. They gave up Seth Curry. But here's the thing. Ben Simmons wasn't even playing he was not doing anything. So to get Harden and somebody who's going to play and contribute is a big deal. Another All-Star, big deal. Let's see how it works out. You and I will talk about this a few weeks from now.
He's got the beard. He's got a beard.
Perfect for Philly, yo.
He fits
Can
in
we
perfect.
just acknowledge the fact that having the beard in Philly is like where the beard should have been from the first place?
I mean, is he Muslim?
He's not.
Is he Muslim?
He's not Muslim, bro.
Maybe he'll
But
become Muslim.
half the dudes in Philly who wear beards are not Muslim. Okay,
Are you sure, Bob?
I'm positive.
I would argue.
Yeah, we could debate.
I'd argue that half the dudes in Philly that have beards are Muslim.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Half are and half are not.
Yeah, you're
right. Half are.
Because if you got a half,
that's right.
There's another half.
But
Okay.
Dice, I want you to think with me a little bit about this.
okay.
Because part of what's not being reported around this whole thing is that Ben Simmons has hinted at like mental health challenges that he's had.
Right,
that he couldn't
right.
resolve here in the city. And so we don't know what it is. We don't know if is it anxiety, is it depression? We don't know what it is. But I know you think a lot about sanity and mental health and things like that.
do.
But
I do.
they're not covering it this way. Like it's not being covered in a way to try to get at like, was there some real serious crisis, mental health challenges that Ben Simmons was dealing with? Because Ben Simmons says, not about the money, not about Philly, not about what Doc Rivers said, not about what Embiid said. He was just trying to get like mentally right, and he needed to change of place in order to do that. What do you think about that?
Bob, what I want to do is, Dr. P, reach out to Ben Simmons' camp. Let's get him on the show. And let's let him come on and let him tell us what's really going on. Because Ben, I gotta be clear, with everyone that I understand anxiety. I understand it. Mm-hmm. I understand pressure. Mm-hmm. And I understand depression now. You know what I'm saying? Like, was before I had the happy gene. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of like that guy that was just like, oh, you're depressed? Like, wow, I don't really get it. Okay, talk to you later. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like, fuck, am I depressed? You know what I'm saying? Because I had, such a rough year, losing both parents can kind of send you into like a weird headspace. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where you start to think about all kind of stuff, including your own mortality. Like, fuck, I'm going to die. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no.
Yes, eventually you will.
Me.
Yes, Dice Raw, eventually you too will die.
No,
yes.
God, not me.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody but me. Can we find someone last minute, God? I mean, just to swap places with me? Anyway, but you start to think about all that kind of shit. I understand depression, and I understand like also being light skinned. You know what I'm saying? And it's like having to play with,
Wait a second. Wait.
I'm just hearing a lot of light skin shots coming at Ben Simmons.
Really?
And I don't like them.
Okay, all right. I haven't
I'm
heard
the hardest nigga rapping light skin since Ice-T.
I haven't
line.
heard the shots fired at his complexion.
Yeah, we had a meeting. It was me, Drake, Ben Simmons, a whole bunch of light-skinned motherfuckers we had a Zoom call. And we didn't like it.
Look.
We don't like the light-skinned jokes. Now, but you know what? I understand why Philly's mad. Philly's a tough town.
It's a tough town.
It's a tough town. If you don't perform good, yo, that's it, baby.
Yeah.
The stories that I heard that came from the Uptown Theater when people used to not perform well.
Yeah, you get
my grandmother
booed out of there.
And my aunties.
They'll throw stuff at you.
They throw tomatoes at. They stop by the grocery store on their way to the show to pick up fresh tomatoes.
Nobody threw things at Ben Simmons, but they definitely talked a lot in the media about.
They let him have it.
Yeah,
they let him have it.
Ben Timid. You know what I mean? Like, people.
Here's the thing. Now I saw what happened. Sixers were in the playoffs. The ball got passed because I don't watch much sports, and you can tell by my dialogue. Yeah. But I do watch the Super Bowl.
I've watched that play a lot of times.
The March Madness. Yeah. I do watch this stuff, and I seen what happened where everybody really just kind of turned. It was a moment.
They wanted him to take the dunk.
They wanted him to take the dunk, and he passed the ball.
Now,
2 days later, I saw another player who was in the playoffs do the same thing.
Yeah, so here's what's ironic about that.
Nobody said nothing about it.
And I'm not defending Ben Simmons. He don't need me to defend him. He has a $177 million contract with the NBA.
Does he?
Yeah, bro.
That gets honored? Even if he doesn't show up for work?
He will. Yes, Brooklyn will have to.
I want to be in the NBA.
Brooklyn will have to honor his contract. But the thing is
I'm going to start playing ball.
The way they coach in the NBA and the way the media coaches, especially black players in the NBA, through their commentary is you always make the extra pass. You make the extra pass. You make the extra pass because
he was playing good basketball.
You have to be selfless.
He was playing good basketball.
And honestly, Ben Simmons is always going to be a better defender and a better assister than he is a scorer. That's who he is as a player. And so while people are going to beat him up about that, they want him to take the dunk.
He did lose the game, though.
He lost the game. He
lost the series. Ben, you lost us the goddamn game.
But that ignores the kind of player that he is, and also the way that players are coached and how the media rewards players. The media doesn't reward all the hot dogs all the time. The media generally rewards the players who are a little bit lighter in complexion, but also who are less selfish, who are selfless. That's rewarded in the media.
He was passing for white.
When
he passed the ball, he was passing, but was he passing?
He was not passing. Okay.
Whoa, Doc. Now that's heavy. Now that's right up my alley.
What you're saying is heavy, actually. What you're saying is heavy.
He passed the ball because he's the lighter complected African American. And that's typically what happens with players who are white. They're fundamentals.
I see where you are. I see where you are, Dice. I see where you are.
The white players are fundamental players, correct?
Dice, I see where you are.
But was he passing?
Dice, I see where you are.
He passed the ball.
I see where you are with this. Yes,
but was he passing?
There is a whole entire show we can do on passing.
Wow.
A whole entire show.
He's playing our kind of basketball.
You're right. You're right.
He's playing our kind of basketball.
That's right. He was more
based on the book, Our Kind of People.
Right. More John Stockton than Magic Johnson. Right. So no. It's true. But that's the complexity of it, Dice.
The complexion of it.
That's the complexity and the complexion of it.
Okay.
That's the complexity and the complexion.
I forgot we have an educator here. No. I got to be serious.
I can ride with you on that intellectual.
You're riding with me, great. This is the best show we've had. This is the best show we've had yet.
I can ride with you on that. But again. All of that meant that we never really had an honest conversation about how mental health impacts athletes. And in the year where you got Simone Biles, where you got other athletes.
AB.
Yeah, AB. Bro.
AB.
Bro, did you watch? Did you watch AB take his shirt off?
I loved it. I watched it. I watched that video maybe 1,000 times, and I just loved it because I said, that nigga got free. That nigga took the chains off. That nigga took the noose. That nigga was hanging by a noose and had NFL colors.
AB is not only saying publicly, he's not even saying publicly that not only is it that he felt like he was underpaid, but he's saying publicly that
they were abusing him.
That they were taking advantage of his mental health challenges. Yeah.
They were abusing him. They wanted him to play hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah.
So he plays hurt, then he gets hit, then his whole shit goes down the tube, and you think they give a fuck?
Yeah.
You know, somebody.
He's suing them, I believe.
Well, listen, he got Kanye
I believe
West
he's suing Tampa Bay, yeah.
He got Kanye West. He's at Donda Sports now. Amen. Amen. He's at Donda Sports now. That means he doesn't need his slave master NFL leaders any longer. And let's get into it. I mean, when Jimmy the Greek, dropped it on him in 1989.
Oh, you're going way back.
I'm just saying it was 1989. Jimmy the Greek told America the truth. And they weren't ready to hear the truth. And a lot of
and Dice, what has changed in the ownership structure in terms of race
since
with
Jimmy
the
the
NFL
Greek?
since Jimmy the Greek?
Nothing. Nothing's changed. And Jimmy the Greek told you, and that was a warning. That was a warning. And I got a new trick too. I'll tell you about it when I talk to successful white men in meetings that we conversate with each other. I figure out who's who. Who's who? What side you on, pal? And Jimmy the Greek, he told you. He said, well, the blacks are. And people didn't like the way he talked, but he was Jimmy the Greek. It's 1989. He's an old school Greek guy. He was giving you
insight into how they see these players, into how they see the players.
And he gave it to America real, and they tried to take the poor man out. They took Jimmy the Greek out. He was the first. I might argue Jimmy the Greek was the first cancel culture.
Not the first
cancel
but definitely
culture.
An early version.
He was early.
Yeah.
He was early cancel culture.
Yeah.
And what Jimmy the Greek said was that the black man is going to take over. He said, listen, look at sports.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to talk like Jimmy the Greek too. He says, I'm Jimmy the Greek. He says, yeah, the blacks. He said, they're great. And look, he didn't say nothing to rock. And here's the thing about Jimmy the Greek. He didn't say nothing fucked up about African Americans. He said, the blacks, he said, they're fabulous. He said, the talent. He said, they got everything. He said, they can do anything. He said, they do anything. He said, they take it over. I'm just letting you know. And he says, if they get into coaching, he says, oh, well, then that'll be it. He said, if they get into coaching, there'll be nothing left for the white man. And that's where people got a little set. He said, there'll be nothing left for the white man. They get into coaching, they get into team ownership, and that'll be it. We won't have nothing.
Yeah, but there's no black ownership in the NFL.
But he ended it saying, they're fabulous. Because he knew he was being filmed. And the one thing I will say, to your point, Doc, since 1989, we got one African-American. We had two. At one point.
Right now we have one and a possible, because it's looking like Lovie Smith is going to become the head coach of Houston. I don't know if that's been announced yet, so there'll be two. But
it was when there were two black coaches in the NFL. What happened, by the way? Did they ever meet? Did they meet at the Super Bowl?
They did.
Did they meet at the Super Bowl?
They did.
Did they meet at the Super Bowl?
They did. That's crazy.
Jimmy the Greek was right.
He was right.
There's not going to be nothing.
They take over.
It's not going to be nothing left.
But this, this suit against the NFL, the lawsuit against the NFL is crazy. There's a lot going on. It'll be interesting to see how it all sort of plays out. I'm hearing different things about Flores and about how he's identified himself and things like that. So it's complicated sort of piece, man. It really is. But hopefully, what'll come out of it is a little bit more equity, a little bit more inclusion. You cannot have a league with the percentage of players that are black, that drive the league, that make the money for the league, and not have that representation in the offices, in the administration, in the coaching, and in the ownership. That's
Just
it.
keep talking. I'm gonna go.
No, that's it. You can't. It's not sustainable without that. And Goodell, Roger Goodell knows that.
Who?
The owners that are there know that. You know who they're grooming to you know who they're grooming to purchase the that's why I was excited about you, man. We took a couple calls in the break. They're grooming Robert Smith.
Robert F. Smith.
Take over for
Black
Denver.
billionaire.
Black billionaire.
He doesn't rap.
He doesn't
have a clothing line.
No, he does not.
He doesn't sell alcohol.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't sell alcohol, people.
He was not a hustler.
I've got Dr. James Peterson in the fucking house with me tonight.
But can I say something that I probably shouldn't say? I
got Doc P in here.
I wish it was. This is Doc P and Dice Raw. I wish it was a different franchise. I wish it wasn't the Denver franchise. Like there's so many other franchises that I think.
I like it because
there will be more.
That's his hometown.
It is. Okay.
He's doing it big dog style. Yeah. Robert fucking F. Smith in Vista Equity Investment Partners.
Yeah. Vista's.
I know who you're talking about. Maria Nichols, his assistant. Yeah. I've talked to Robert.
You had conversations, yeah.
I've shook hands with.
He's
Robert.
a good brother, man.
He's a good guy.
He is.
He's a real G. If you know what G means on the streets,
he is.
He's a real one.
I wonder, Dice, if
he's a real one.
If he's ready to take on all of the weight of becoming.
He needs to be the next black president.
I don't know about that.
Robert F. Smith, but he's too smart. He doesn't want the job.
Right. I wonder if he wants this
He's too fucking smart.
I wonder if he wants this job, though, Dice.
King Robert.
Does he want to be the black owner that comes in under these circumstances? You think so?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
To make change. Okay. Robert F. Smith, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, even Rick Ross on the fucking come up. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right. Team ownership. Anyway, okay, I'm embarrassing, Doctor.
No, you're not. You're not embarrassing me at all. You're embarrassing me.
Nah, we're having fun. Yeah, we're having fun. This is the best Raw report ever. I'm having a fucking blast. I'm glad we had a sports conversation.
Yeah, bro.
This is my first real sports conversation.
Okay, good.
Because I deem myself as a black guy who hates sports. Yeah, I hate the NFL.
How are you in Philadelphia?
I hate the NBA.
How are you in Philadelphia? You don't follow sports? I don't know, Dice.
I hate it all. I hate it.
That. We're going to change that.
I hate spectator sports. Because not the actual sports, not the players. I love them.
Yeah.
I think they're all champions. Even if you don't get a ring, I still think you're a champion. Once you go to the
dedication
NBA,
and what they do.
The dedication, what you do, I respect it. I salute it all the way. NFL, NBA. But the thing about it I can't take is the slavery, the ownership. And then the spectator sports. When we didn't have the spectator sports around for 3 months, we saw real change in America. 3 months is all it took. 3 months. No sports, no black people, white people, Asian. I saw Asian people out there supporting George Floyd.
Man.
This is what I'm talking about. When we don't have these distractions going on, we come together. We come together.
So you see professional sports as an opiate. I understand.
Well, I'm just saying it's called recreation, right?
But it's an opiate for the masses.
Recreation?
Yeah. I mean,
or are we recreating?
Bro, that's like a dissertation conversation. We could have that. But listen, here's the thing. The reason why we're talking about sports is because of the different things that are happening in Philly, and also like if there is going to be some changes in the NFL, it's going to be important for people like you to be commenting on that and thinking with the community about what that means. I love
what you just dropped on me. Robert F. Smith. Yeah. I've heard rumors. I've also heard rumors of Byron Allen.
Yep.
Woo!
Yeah.
Byron Allen. I used to watch Byron Allen when I was a little boy.
Yeah.
Little boy, he had a show that used to come on after Johnny Carson.
You want to hear what's crazy? The NFL needs both of those brothers to own separate franchise. They need them. They need them.
Byron Allen, Robert F. Smith, Jay-Z, Sean Diddy, Pete Combs.
They were mad
Oprah,
when Puffy was like, I want to buy a
Bob
franchise.
Johnson.
That's right.
Kanye West.
Right.
Rihanna. Yeah. Woo! Drake. Drake. Can we talk about Rihanna for a second?
Yes.
Drake. Listen, I'm talking to you, Drake, my light-skinned brother from Canada. I'm talking to you. You were very upset about that. Rumors. I was equally upset about Rihanna's pregnancy news. I thought we were dating.
I wasn't upset about it at all. I was very happy
for
it.
Here's the thing. Have you been sending Rihanna DMs for the past 5 years?
I have not.
Unresponded to?
Right. Well,
so I'm just saying,
Rihanna doesn't follow me, so I can't DM her. So that's a different thing.
If you send somebody a DM and they don't respond to you, that's kind of like saying yes. So when I sent her a text and I said, Rihanna, are you my girlfriend? And she didn't respond, I took it as a yes.
Anyway,
I took it as a yeah.
I'm very happy for
And then
her
I
and
find
ASAP
out-
Rocky. I'm happy for them.
I'm
yeah.
very unhappy.
I'm happy for them.
Well, I'm happy that I want the baby to come out healthy. I want that baby to be a strong baby.
Any child, no matter, here's the thing that's beautiful about this. Any child coming into her world that she's bringing into the world, no matter what their challenges are, they could have physical challenges, mental health challenges, whatever, she will have the resources to provide for them and support for them. So that child's blessed already.
Right, but here's the thing, though. I agree with that 100%. But at the end of the day, me and my grandma were just talking about this. Sometimes people be rich, and they don't know it.
That's true.
Because you think that money make you rich,
Right.
and it don't.
But Rihanna doesn't strike me as that kind of person.
Oh, no, she's an island gal.
Right. She's like real. She's a real
Island
person.
gal.
Yeah, she's real.
She's an island
She's still in touch with what's
gal.
real.
Oh,
and
right.
and that's why she's a billionaire. She's still
And
in
that's
touch
why
with what's
Drake.
real.
That's why Drake really. I wonder who was madder because Drake had the baby first. So did Drake have the baby and then Rihanna was like, "Fuck that! I'm getting pregnant too." Then
I don't think that's what she thought at all.
because I'm just I think Drake is a much more not a shot at ASAP Rocky, but I think I would have rather saw Rihanna with Drake.
Yeah, well, sometimes you light-skinned dudes.
would've
Sometimes you
been-
light-skinned dudes.
ASAP Rocky's pretty light skinned.
No, he's not.
He passes
No, he's
the
not.
brown bag test.
No, he
and
doesn't.
So do you,
No,
Dr. James.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Yes,
Give me
you
a brown
do.
bag.
Get a brown bag. Get a brown bag in here.
Get a brown
Get a
bag
brown
here.
bag in
I
here,
don't
ASAP.
pass the brown bag
Yes,
test.
you do.
I don't, bruh. See, it's been so long since you've seen the actual paper brown bag that you think I passed the test, and I don't.
I think you do.
I promise you I don't.
You're our kind of people.
By the way, you barely passed the brown bag
First of all,
test.
I'm a nigga. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a nigga. I'm gonna tell you like this. A motherfucker old head came in. Like I'm talking to one of my friends. Shout out Neil Wright. Shout out Bronze Valley Investments. What these brothers do, they inspire, and all they do is give money to African American
That's dope.
entrepreneurs, and and females. I mean, Neil Wright, Bronze Valley. What they're doing is just mind blowing. I can't even believe he even shares the same air as me. We hang out all the time. This is my buddy. Great guy, super smart. We're having lunch the other day. One of his OGs come in, because Neil's my OG. But one of his OGs come in, and he says, "Hey, thanks, where you from?" He said, let me stop you right there. He said, "You from North Philly, ain't you?" I said, "Well, yeah.
How can you tell?
He said, "You got a North Philly face."
North Philly face, bro.
He said, "But don't take offense to that, because I'm from North Philly, too."
Okay.
I said, I kind of still got to take offense to that.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
what the fuck does he mean I got a North Philly
What
face?
does that mean? What does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know. But I took it as he just never seen a man with striking good looks as me. That's how I just processed it.
I don't think
said,
that's
I'm
what
gonna
he
let it
meant,
go.
bro. I don't think that's what he meant.
either.
No.
I don't think that's what he meant. But in any case, I forget what we were talking about. What was
Well, listen. Those brothers do great stuff in the community. That's great. We were talking about Rihanna and Drake.
Oh,
this,
right.
that, the other.
Yeah, so it's not a light skinned black thing.
It's not.
It's
Come on,
really-
bro. You don't have time to take your calls.
I really think that I would have rather seen
Drake over
Drake-
ASAP. Okay.
Drake over A$AP
We will
because of what
agree
it
to
would have done with
disagree
the
on that.
culture. The coach, I mean, like Jay-Z, Beyonce, move over. There's something meatier, baby.
Right.
I mean, Drake and Rihanna. Oh my.
Right, but like I said,
Woo!
sometimes
That would've been too big.
Sometimes
Too
you
big.
light-skinned dudes are a little bit too much into yourselves,
I don't think
and
that's what it is.
I do think that's what it
that's what it
is,
is.
and this is just not gonna work
I just
out.
think I see A$AP Rocky smoking cigarettes, and then I see Drake in a nice Brioni suit. I'm just like, hey, look, to each his own. She's an island
each his
girl.
own.
She's an island
To
girl. As
each
long
his
as they
own.
found love.
Yes.
But if Drake and Rihanna would have got together, that would have been the biggest thing ever. I mean, it's almost
I'm
it's
so
almost
whatever
worth it
on
to
that,
put love
yeah.
on the back seat. Hey, look, if you're in love with A$AP Rocky, we don't know if he would. I was about to say something that would probably get me
yeah, exactly.
in
Don't
trouble.
say that.
But hey,
Don't
listen,
say what you're about to say,
listen.
bruh.
Hey, if you're comparing,
He's not gonna sit in the back seat while she's with Drake. Listen.
No. What I'm saying, I was gonna say something even worse than
Yeah,
that.
right. Which I tried to clean it up for you. Okay.
But hey, Drake is just so much better. If I
All right,
I'm
so I
looking
gotta
at my
say some
daughter.
bomb. Hold on,
If
Bomb.
it's my daughter,
I gotta say something that's gonna get us in trouble. Okay. I'm not a Drake fan.
oh, you can't live on Earth then.
I know.
That's a prerequisite for living on
I
Earth.
know.
First thing
I
is,
know. Oh, here we go.
you have to be
Here
a
we
Drake
go.
fan.
Here we
okay,
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
now, who are you? What
right.
do you do? Do you like
just-
Drake?
I don't hate Drake. I'm not a Drake hater. I'm just not a fan. And honestly,
What about Future?
Future's okay. Listen, bro, you know this, Dice. So you already know this, but just for the benefit of the audience, I'm a 50-year-old black man. So Drake doesn't really make music for me. Who's the other dude? Future doesn't really
Drake's
make.
making some music for you.
A little bit. There's a little bit.
I think there's something in Drake's
There is some
catalog
stuff.
for
There's
you.
some stuff I love. I listen to it. There's some stuff I love.
he's got something for you.
This Future, okay, some stuff I love, but
Future
just
might not have anything
but
for
just in general, like that's not like who I'm going to. You know what I mean? Like I listen to Dice, I listen to the Roots, I listen to
You like
Isaiah Rashad, Kendrick
intellectual
Lamar,
hip-hop.
Lupe
Got you.
Fiasco.
Smart guys. Okay.
Yes,
But
yo.
Drake is one of the smart guys. But he likes the
He's
ratchetness.
smart, but that's not the
He
kind of
likes
music
the
he
ratchetness.
always makes. It's all good.
Let's
It's
wait
all
till-
love too. It's all love. It's no like disrespect. It's just not music made for me.
I'll say something that I believe. I believe Drake is going to do an orchestral album. It's going to be super
That'll be
intellectual.
great.
When Drake's about 45, he's going to get
That would be
super-
great. I look forward
It's
to
going to
that.
get goofy intellectual.
I look forward. I look forward to that. I look
Yeah.
forward to that.
But
But
Drake's
you know,
one of the smart guys. You know.
Yeah,
He's a
he is.
Wu-Tang, Fonte.
Yeah, I mean,
Roots. He sampled the Roots. He sampled. He said my name in the song. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't be mad at Drake.
No, you can't. I'm not mad at him.
And
I'm
I don't
just
know.
saying.
Look, I don't even know if he was talking about me. But all I know is Drake. When you said Dice Raw, you said something about Dice Raw in Toronto.
You're like,
5
I'm
a.m.?
good. You're like, I'm good.
No. Listen. The kitty cat that rained down upon me from that one.
I'm no longer on this episode of the Raw Report.
Drake shout out. The kitty cat that rained down upon me was amazing, Drake. They call it the Drake effect. I didn't get any record sales from it, but
I'm no longer on this episode of the Raw Report.
okay.
All right.
Drake.
All right.
Shout out Drake.
Shout out to Drake.
I
No
want to
doubt.
give Drake. Drake, you gave me a shout out.
Yeah, and
I want to
I'll
give
tell
you a shout out. Drake.
Listen, I'll tell you what converted me to Drake. Like before, I was like, I don't
Okay,
know.
so you are a Drake fan.
Not a fan.
You have to be a Drake
But I
fan.
respect. No, I'm
You
not.
can't
No,
live
I don't
on-
have to be a
All
fan.
right, you
I don't have to be a
okay.
fan.
You're not
But
a
my
fan.
sister, my baby
Your
sister,
sister's a Drake fan.
she is,
Okay.
and she was like, "Listen," she said, "Listen, Jimmy, I know you."
So you're in the family.
I'm in the family. She's like,
Okay.
"Listen, Jimmy, I know you don't like Drake.
Whoa.
I just want you to just listen to this one song."
What was it?
It was Started from the Bottom.
Oh.
I was like, huh? She was like, listen, if you listen to the song, you understand why
Going
people
through the lyrics.
why people feel Drake a certain way. And I was like, yeah, I didn't believe her.
Started from the bottom.
Bruh, put it in there. I was like, oh, okay, I get it. I
the beat.
get it from that, yeah. But also just the message, the energy, like we come up.
I'm listening to
We
this
come
song
up.
right now.
Yes, yes,
While you
yes.
spit- while you
Started
spitting,
from the bottom, now we're here.
Oh, yeah, I'm listening to both y'all spit.
Right. So yeah, I'm
Fire.
I'm here, no disrespect, nothing like that. I'm just not a big fan, that's all. That's
Okay,
all.
you're a fan, but not a huge fan. I get it.
Fan, yeah.
Okay, you're not a huge Drake fan. I get it. That's respectable. But have you heard Champagne Poetry?
No, do I need to hear that? Oh
Man,
boy, here we
Champagne
go.
Look, and maybe not even the first half, but the second half, the Champagne Poetry.
All right, bro.
Woo!
All right.
He says, I got my parents' divorces on me. He said, I got the cleaning staff planning extortion on me. He said, I got abortions on me. He said, but hey, I'm making the most of it and more. I mean, he's got a lot going on.
Listen to this. Listen. I know an MC who said, I train black MCs in camps like ex-Marines.
That's a great line.
Why the fuck you think they went home and had bad dreams?
That's great.
Right? To what he's saying, Drake said.
Well,
Okay?
here's the thing.
To what he's saying, Drake said.
Well, here's the thing.
And
You
listen-
have
and
to
look-
know who Drake is
Okay.
and buy into the idea of who Drake is to actually understand what those lines
okay.
actually mean.
Okay.
So it's a different
Okay.
thing than what I'm doing because, see, as me as an artist and as I've always been as an artist, as the underground rapper, you have a different kind of thing. Like, you really can't talk about ourselves too much unless we offer those kind of visuals that excite people intellectually, that bring that connect them to it, versus the lifestyle lock. Because see, all Drake has to do is show up, yo.
Okay.
Boy Wonder, I'm here.
So where
I gotta
okay.
spit that shit.
Right, and so where I'm from Newark, New Jersey, bruh. I'm not
But it's
from
emotional.
Right, I'm not from
Right.
Canada or Toronto, you know what I mean? I'm
Me
not
either.
from Philly, I'm from Newark.
Newark as well.
And where I came up, it was a lot of dudes who did military shit and like not just the Vietnam shit was before me. I'm talking about like Iraq shit and that shit, and came home and had bad fucking dreams, yo, about what they saw and what they experienced. And so that line resonates, and I come from a military family, so that line resonates with me a little bit differently. But I'm just saying, listen, to each his own, to each her own. I'm not
I'm not saying I'm.
This is no shade.
I'm
This
not
is no
saying Drake is
shade.
not as good as I am. I'm not saying that. You're saying that. Enough of that.
Yeah.
Let's close out.
Let's close it out.
Dr. P has places to be. He can't spend all day with us. Okay.
I wish I could.
We wish you could.
Yeah.
One thing that's good though. Pootie, my good friend Pootie. You may know him as President of Russia, Vladimir Putin.
Oh my God.
I call him Pootie because he's my boy. Pootie Tang. You know what I'm saying? Pootie has decided to go back on his offer of invasion. And he's pulled some troops back. And Pootie, I think it's a good move. Pootie, I will salute that. But at the same time, I did offer my opinions of what Ukraine should do with Russia.
Okay.
You got Mother Russia.
Yeah. What do you think they should do?
And then we got Ukraine.
Yeah.
I think Ukraine should go home and make it a smooth transition. I think we keep the Ukrainian dollar. I think the Ukrainian people should be able to move their money to Bitcoin.
Oh my goodness.
And then retransfer the money back into the Russian dollar.
Can I bring some sanity to this conversation, please?
Please.
So I
think
need
my fans will like
I
that.
need for people to understand this, okay? Please understand this is chess, not checkers, and here's what I mean.
Okay.
It's quite possible that this sort of ramping up of the Russian army around the borders of the Ukraine is simply a chess move. They're never going to invade. In fact, if you look at the reporting on the people who were interviewed in Kiev and in and around Ukraine,
they weren't worried.
They weren't worried at all.
They were like, hey,
they're not worried at all.
You talk to the Ukrainian people, they were like, so what are you doing about the invasion?
Bruh,
he was like, we have a Starbucks here.
Bruh,
He's like, we are going to Starbucks.
They're more worried about what we're saying, what Biden's saying, what the UK is saying, than they are about an invasion. And here's the thing. What we're saying has impacted their economy, has had all these different things, and that is Putin's strategy. He's playing chess while y'all are playing checkers. But here's the thing.
That's why I like Putin.
I don't think there's going to be an invasion.
Salute.
But here's what I need to understand, guys, because you talked
about
this already, right? Here's
the
thing I need to understand. Get Putin on the show, yeah. But here's what I need to understand. Why am I supposed to care about this? I'm serious. Like if the people,
it's not news.
If the people in Kiev don't,
it's really not
fuck
news.
About it, why am I supposed to care about it?
It's not news.
Like it's people hungry in the city of Philadelphia. It's people who don't have housing in Philadelphia in this winter time.
Homeless.
Why am I supposed to care about this? The people of Kiev don't care about it.
Well, let's talk about that. You just dropped something real heavy on me, and we got homeless people, right? On the street right now, 30 degrees, 18 degrees, homeless people on the street. We got the biggest exodus of corporate real estate we've ever seen in the world's history. Why don't we just put up a cot in one of the offices at Merrill Lynch or Goldman Sachs
or just convert
PNC.
Some of them. Convert some of them.
Convert them because we don't need them. First of all, we're never going back to the office. Office work.
I'm definitely not. I'm remote from here on out.
Dead.
Bro. I'm remote from here on out.
If you try to get somebody to come into an office,
you got to pay them more.
Yo, it's game over, baby.
I'm
no.
Yeah.
I can sit here and watch my kids play around all fucking day while I do this bullshit job for you. While we make this other motherfucker rich. Like, I could be in here cooking. Nick, I could be slicing my fucking garlic. Getting it ready.
Thin slices, like Goodfellas. Like the Goodfellas thin slices. Okay?
The doctor is talking to you.
Come on.
He's giving you orders.
Come on.
These are doctor's orders.
But, bro, and I don't mean that as disrespect. I just mean, like, why are we supposed to care if the people in Kiev don't care? The people that are there don't care.
I mean it as disrespect. And I want Joe Biden to know something. Biden, I've been very critical of you this campaign. I know that you're still talking about an African-American woman for the Supreme Court. But I'm not giving you another one until I see what you did with the first one we gave you.
Oh, my goodness, bro.
You got
That's another episode. Bomb. That's another episode.
All right, we're getting out of here.
That's another episode. We're getting out of here. Hey, bro.
Pootie.
You know I love you.
I love you, too.
All right, and I appreciate you having me on here.
Dr. P has done something for the community. He's done something for Freedom Theater. He's given back to the Freedom Theater. He has written an amazing study, guys, that everyone nationwide will have access to. This man, he's done something for you. He didn't have to do it. He did it out of the kindness of his heart. No, God damn it.
I did what you asked me to do. That's what it is.
Out of the kindness of his heart.
Okay.
Okay, we're out of here. Freedom
We're
Theater.
outta here.
Dr.
The
James
Raw
Peterson.
Report.
This is the
Thank
Raw
you for
Report.
having me, brother.
Bomb. You know what to do.
Yeah, Bomb. Chop it up, bro.
Thanks for watching that, and if you dug that, leave a thumbs up and say what up in the comments, and make sure to subscribe to Stony Island Audio for more.